So I wanted to jump into this article because I just got it and I was reading through it. And it's from A16Z Speedrun
Hmm.
called When and When Not to Raise.
Hmm.
Key points is that they label venture capital as jet fuel that's intended for high growth startups. And it's not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. It just depends case by case. In the wrong cases, it can be more destructive than positive, especially for businesses that they label as motorcycles that are already profitable, stable, and that don't require rapid capital acceleration. They also say that raising VC capital fundamentally shifts a company's trajectory, mandating an eventual exit strategy either through acquisition or IPO, and that a lot of founders are often pursuing funding for ego related reasons, mistakenly viewing capital as a necessity for credibility rather than a tool for specific market growth. Modern economic and technological shifts allow small teams to achieve scale without heavy external investment, a trend evidenced by companies like Midjourney and MailChimp that achieved significant success by just bootstrapping. So, when to raise versus not to raise, they say raise VC if you are building a company designed for rapid growth and for a large scale exit, IPO, or acquisition. And you must be prepared for the structural pressures and expectations that accompany venture funding. And do not raise if you have a profitable business that provides a sustainable lifestyle, or if you do not want to subject your company to the specific demands of venture investors, forcing jet fuel into a business not built for it.
Lifestyle makes you wonder. Like when you see those YouTube videos, it's like I'm an entrepreneur. Look at me. I'm hanging out with my friends on a yacht. It's like it's all just literally showboating or smoke and mirrors. They have acknowledged that they've made not made poor investment decisions. Like no, they've invested in really good ideas in a team. And then when this team turns around and tries to vibe code their prototype into production, it doesn't work. So they realize it's like, oh, wait a minute. These generative AI solutions, they need proper engineering. One of their videos where they said, we've realized it's like, these founders, they don't know how to scale businesses, right? So in one sense, like on one side, AI has been wonderful to kind of lower the barrier of entry, but then it's like, okay, but can you actually put this into production as a paid service? And their services don't scale.
From
So
my perspective, what I think is that every single bootstrap founder who is able to not have VC funding and have massive success with their company would have been an ideal person to actually, like, an ideal company to invest in, right? Because they were able to do it without the VC funding. So, technically speaking, had they had that additional jet fuel, they actually would have gotten a lot further. I've seen, and then the opposite or the inverse is true as well, where it's like a lot of these companies that got venture capital funding would not have succeeded unless they would have gotten it in the first place. Like there's so many companies where it's just like they would not have existed had they not had deep pockets. I mean, when we're even talking about Kalshi for 4 years was just trying to get regulated before I go to market. They were just trying to fight regulations.
When we started the company, in 2018, and we spent 4 years getting regulated up front. And when we say we're a pro-regulation company, we mean it. We didn't launch product until 4 years after we felt good about the regulatory structure and getting the right licensing and so on and so forth.
That is something that is simply impossible for a bootstrap founder. It's not possible. They needed venture capital. It's this tough position because it's like you're trying to scale a company, you're running a company, and you kind of have to move in a way that is like, okay, we're going to move in a way where it's like we're bootstrapping this. If no VC comes, it has to succeed. But at the same time, you understand that due to the nature of the business and the things that you actually want to accomplish, you would need VC. So you're constantly between a rock and a hard place because you have to do things that are kind of like opposite of each other as a founder. You have to move like you're going to bootstrap it and you're not going to get a VC. But at the same time, if you are actually planning for rapid growth and taking this company to the next level, you have to consider VC. And I feel like this article doesn't necessarily address that. It kind of sets it as a binary: people who get funded versus people who don't. But I think it's a lot more nuanced than that.
Well, at least we know Troy. Troy's job is to find companies to fund. So we can reach out to him if we want funding. You don't want funding?